While many traders chase the latest AI-powered indicators, sometimes the real gems are hidden in plain sight. Today, we are testing an old-school classic, the Darvas Box, a tool created by a man who turned $10,000 into over $2 million in the stock market using nothing but his concept and strict risk management. But does it still work in today's markets? In this video, we will find out. We'll explore the roots of the Darvas Box, show you how to use it on TradingView, test it across 5 assets and 4 timeframes, and finally I will share with you a scalping strategy that uses this indicator and delivered exceptional results. I'm ATP, and if you enjoy deep testing and no fluff trading strategies, make sure to like and subscribe. Let's dive in. To start, I want to give a big shout out to one of our Discord members who suggested this indicator for testing. If you have any ideas for future videos, just drop them in the comments or inside our free Discord community. The link is in the description. Before we get to the testing, let's talk about where this indicator came from. Nicholas Darvas wasn't a technical analyst or an investor, he was a professional dancer. But while touring the world, he educated himself on how to trade and came up with a unique method to identify breakouts using nothing but price action and boxes. He avoided media noise and analyst opinions, trusting only on his chart. Using this strict method and tight risk management, he famously turned a $10,000 account into over $2 million in just 18 months. His core idea was identify when price is trading in a range and then buy or sell on the breakout of that range. And that's exactly what the Darvas Box tries to capture on your chart. Now let's head over to TradingView so we can set up the indicator and see how it works in real time. To begin, open the Indicators tab and type in Darvas Box. You will see several community versions available and feel free to use any of them. But in my case, I will be using a custom version I coded myself, designed to make things much simpler by clearly showing buy and sell breakouts directly on the chart. If you'd like to use this version too, it's completely free. Just head over to our free Discord community using the link in the description and check out the free materials channel. There you will find the full Pine script source code. All you have to do is copy it, open the Pine editor in TradingView, click on New, select Indicator, paste the code, save it, and finally click on the Add to Chart option, and that's it. As I told you, the Darvas Box identifies ranging periods when price moves sideways and automatically draws a box around those areas. The top of the box is marked with a green line and the bottom with a red one. When the price breaks out of that range, we get a signal. If it breaks above the green line, a buy signal appears. If it breaks below the red one, we get a sell signal. Once a breakout happens and a new ranging area forms, the indicator automatically resets and redraws a new box based on the latest price action. Besides showing clear buy and sell labels on the chart, one of the great things about this custom version is that you can also create alerts in just a few clicks. If you go to the Create Alert option in TradingView and select the Darvas Box ATP indicator, you will find both long and short conditions ready to use. This allows you to receive immediate notifications whenever a breakout happens, so you don't have to constantly monitor your screen. By default, this indicator uses a box length setting of 5, which defines how many bars the indicator looks back to define the current box. We will stick to these default settings for our initial test. Now that we know how to use the Darvas Box, it's time to backtest it. First, we are going to filter out losing trades using a 200 period exponential moving average. This will act as our baseline, helping us avoid trading against the major trend. So basically, if price is above the 200 EMA, we'll only take buy signals, and if it is below, we'll only take sell signals. Simple and effective. Next up, risk management. We are not here to gamble. Every trade needs a clear stop loss and take profit. For the stop loss, we are using the ATR bands indicator with a multiplier of 2. That way, each trade adapts to current market volatility. Long trades use the lower band for stop loss and short trades use the upper band. As for the take profits, we are going to use a classic 1 to 1.5 risk to reward ratio. Now, regarding the testing conditions, like in previous videos, we are going to put this strategy in action across 4 time frames: 5 minutes for scalping, 30 minutes for day trading, 1 hour for swing trading, and daily for long-term position trading. And we'll be testing it across 5 different assets: Bitcoin, Euro USD, gold, the S&P 500 index, and the Apple stock. This mix gives us exposure to crypto, forex, commodities and equities, so we'll see how well the Darvas Box performs in different markets. Finally, for the testing period, we'll be using 2 full years of data, from May 2023 to May 2025, that give us enough market variety, bull runs, sideways chop and heavy corrections. And of course, we're not doing this manually. We'll be using our ATP indicators testing bot, which takes care of all the hard work, testing every signal, calculating the real performance and giving us clean data to analyze. This tool is already used by over 200 traders to validate their strategies quickly and reliably. If you want to check it out yourself, just visit allotradepro.com. The link is also in the description. With everything ready, it's time to run the test. I will input all the rules into the bot, start the process and come back in a moment to break down the full results with you. I see you in a few seconds.
12 seconds later.
After analyzing close to 3000 trades, here we have all the results. Let's start with a 5-minute time frame. After almost 1000 trades, the strategy delivered a win rate of just under 43% and an overall profit of more than 250%. Pretty impressive, especially for a raw system based purely on the breakout logic. Now, if we zoom into the equity curve, we can see some things worth noting. Yes, the strategy is profitable, but it also went through extended sideways periods and some deep drawdowns. That said, the fact that it ended up significantly in profit is already a strong signal of potential. And in case you are wondering, yes, we'll come back to the same time frame in a few moments to optimize it and make those results even better, so stay tuned. Moving on to the 30-minute time frame, this one gave us over 1100 trades, a decent sample, and the system stayed profitable, yet not quite as explosive as on the 5 minutes. The best performing asset here was gold, which resulted in a 90% profit, while Euro USD was the weakest performer overall. Looking at the equity curve, it's clear that the system had a difficult time maintaining consistent growth, with some sharp drawdowns in between periods of recovery. Now, on the 1-hour chart, with just over 600 trades, the strategy produced a return of nearly 100%. Gold continued to shine as the top performing asset, while the S&P 500 was the weakest in this group. The equity curve shows a steadier upward trend, although, again, we had some drawdowns, which is expected in any breakout system that doesn't use filters or confirmation tools. And finally, let's talk about the daily time frame. This was, by far, the most consistent one. The system achieved a win rate above 50% with close to 40% profit overall. But more than the raw numbers, what really stands out here is the smoothness of the equity curve. If you are someone who prefers a more hands-off, long-term approach, this setup might be for you. Overall, even in its raw form, with no filters, no volume confirmation and default settings, the Darvas Box strategy shows solid potential. But as I always say, good systems can become great with proper optimization, and that's exactly what we are about to do. So we'll take the 5-minute time frame where we saw explosive potential, but also some inconsistency, and optimize it using one of our favorite custom indicators, the Solar Winds. If you are new to this tool, I have already done a full breakdown in another video. I will leave the link in the description if you want to understand exactly how it works. For now, just know that it helps eliminate weak signals by filtering out false momentum shifts, giving us cleaner and more reliable trades. I will now head over again to the ATP indicators testing bot, enable the SolarWinds as a filter, run the same 5 asset portfolio with the same risk management strategy, and come back with a brand new set of results.
A few moments later.
After activating the SolarWinds indicator as a filter and keeping everything else exactly the same, the strategy showed a massive improvement. The win rate jumped to nearly 54% and the total profit exceeded 300%, with an annualized return of over 168%. That's a huge performance leap from the original setup. The average risk-to-reward ratio remained steady at 1 to 1.5, just as expected. But what really stood out was the dramatic drop in drawdowns. Not only are the results stronger, but they are also more consistent, which is key for real-world application. And this is visible when we look at the new equity curve. We still see some pullbacks, that's normal, but they are now much smoother and are followed by faster recoveries, proving that the filter is effectively removing the weaker, false breakouts and letting the strong trends play out. And this is exactly why filtering is so important. A breakout indicator, like the Darvas Box, can be powerful, but when you combine it with a solid momentum filter like the SolarWinds, the edge becomes perfect and much more profitable. So, with all of that in mind, let's place the Darvas Box on our official strategy ranking table. Considering both raw and optimized performance, I believe it earns this spot right here. Do you agree? Let me know in the comments below. This updated ranking is also available for free on my website. And that's it. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.